Well, it's in the cosmos, my laughing little lichlings. We are back on the air now, and we are in our epic level campaign, currently level 28. Hope everybody remembered to update their stat blocks. I definitely did. Um, last week we finished up putting mind, body, and soul together to bring our good mechanist friend back into material plane. Well, the plane of shadow, and brought the whole group, including all of his followers, to uh Ozdingus, um, where fighting had ceased, and peril of the unsatiable demon horde was still battering at the gates, unsatiated by the baby war that was had outside. We had a summit with the gods, and basically, gods, hey, you guys need to fucking shape up, or this ain't gonna work. Got everybody to hold hands and kumbaya. Took the two halves of the orb to the center of town and made everybody watch as good Wantar and the evil Mildred put them together, and there was a flash of light. Of course, all of the vampire umbrellas, and that's where we stopped.
You all feel this whooshing feeling, this quickness. You feel lifted up and you are flying across space and time. You come to the location with a loud and audible thud. And it's bright. It still remains bright. You try to open your eyes, but it's too much for you to handle. You look this way, you look that way, and slowly but surely, it comes to you. You can see that you are on top of a very large dome. All of you are on top of this large dome made of what looks to be cooled rock. You can smell brimstone. You can feel warmth coming off of this black rock. And yet you feel cold. There's a wind, a draft. It's fresh, clean air with a little bit of sulfur in it. And you look around. You can see all of the refugees, all of the people of Asligas standing there before you, trying to adjust to the light, which they are having a rough time, worse than you. They are still like squinting. They can't quite see just yet. And you see TT there as well. Oh no, this is CC. Sorry, I forget which one's which. This is CC is with you as well. As you look around, you see this bright sun in the middle of the sky. Looks to be around mid-morning. And there are mountains all around you. What do you all do?
There are some fucking sunglasses on.
Point of clarification: is the entire city of Asligas on top of this ball right now?
No, it is not. Only the creatures, the humans, or humanoids.
When we did the first one, did we check to see if the whole city went?
Oh, it did. Yep.
Quick communion with my god to see how easy it is to reach her.
Go ahead and make a... Oh, wait, you can just do that automatically, yeah?
Yeah, I mean, I'll make a religion check for fun. I'm not doing like a full communion or anything, just like a, hey, bitch, are you there?
It feels like your connection is totally perfect.
Ah! Oh my god, right here! Bhranti's gonna just start kissing the ground, even though it's very hot.
It's pretty warm, and it also probably is like ashy, and it's like
I don't care.
solid magma, solidified earth.
Thinking something obviously must have gone wrong in the transport, I'm gonna look at Mildred and say, I'm assuming your city wasn't on top of a giant frozen raw ball of magma.
As you turn to Mildred, she's not there.
Fucking gods!
As you
Spaghetti.
turn to Zutdor, he's not there. As you turn to Ontar, he's not there. As you turn to Miriam, she's not there. No deity is present.
I'm like right here.
He's just gonna lose it for a second. He's just gonna pick up a rock and throw it like, fucking losers! Sorry about that, everyone.
As you do that, the citizens of Osligus they start to come to. The vampires holding their umbrellas, and they look to say, "What did you do to our deity? What did you do to them?"
Well, nothing personal, darling, but deities don't actually commune with their people in the material plane. The deities are to be reached internally. Pray to your gods. I'm sure you will hear them.
Go ahead and make a persuasion check. You feel a lot of hostility coming. You feel like they're getting angry. Like you just double cross them. They're getting anxious.
Could I have advantage on this persuasion check, considering I am deific and I know what I'm talking about?
If anything, you should have disadvantage because they would be like, well, you're a deity, so why the fuck aren't you in a pantheon?
Okay, but I'm not a full deity.
Self-out.
Not until level 30.
While this is going on, can I also commune with my patron?
Jesus, how did you get a plus 20 to your persuasion? Yes, you may do a religion check, Juan.
Yeah. I'm just gonna ask if anyone new has shown up recently. Or old. Oh, fuck off.
Sapientia are they with you then?
Who are you asking for? Where have you been for so long?
I've been in the Chateau realm with all the other gods. That
Yes.
you sent me there to retrieve?
Yes, were you able to get them back?
Yes, but they are not right next to us, so I'm not sure if something has gone wrong or right.
I do not sense them within the pantheon.
Well, this is awkward. Okay. Would there be, I don't know, like an Arcana check or something that we could do to like figure out maybe what could have happened that they weren't here? Like, are they trapped somewhere? Did Parker track them?
Diov, you did a history check for probably the same thing.
Somewhat, like if there are any celestial bodies visible, because some are visible by day when there's no light pollution. If they like track, are we on Tartarus or are we somewhere else?
Looking at the celestial bodies, and especially the two moons, yes, you seem to be on Tartarus.
Can I determine with those rules, in relation to the city we've been on, Seraphor, where on the world are?
Please pause while I blow my nose.
Where in the world are we?
As he introduced the new BBEG, Carmen Sandiego. She was Parker Van Horn the whole time.
Honestly, that would be a fucking amazing
Well,
twist.
she would have gotten away with it too if it hadn't been for us meddling kids.
Meddling kids.
I unfortunately do not get that reference. I mean, I get the Scooby-Doo reference, but who's San Diego or whatever?
Carmen Sandiego.
What?
Oh, I'm so young.
I think I'm younger than you, and I know what it is.
Well, tell me what it is. So
Did you go to public school, Jesse?
I did.
Oh yeah, so you should know Carmen Sandiego. Where in the world is Carmen Sandiego?
Yeah, even I know this. You rube.
All right, I'll
Damn.
look that later. All right. So, in terms of your history check, you know you're on the same continent as Seraphor, probably several hundred miles away. Um, and then as for the Arcana check, Bhranti, uh, if Parker was able to leave his little illusion thing and have contingency plan after contingency plan to try and stop the union of the gods,
Right.
you
He
feel
definitely
like
had a
you'd have a
contingency plan for this.
exactly.
Okay, so Parker has trapped them somewhere, but how do we figure out where is the question? Thoughts?
Excuse me.
I might have an idea. Has the situation with the citizens kind of cooled off? Are they like just wondering where the fuck are we and what do we do?
Yeah, they're starting to wander, and you hear someone say, "Whoa, what's that?" as he's pointing downward.
Giant pea.
Well, let's go figure out what that is.
As you guys run over to the side where this individual is yelling at, you can see over the side of this dome, underneath, is a very large city made of black stone and jewels encrusted on most of the buildings.
Guys, see how many rifles?
Several hundred, probably 700 to 1,000.
I'm talking about
Would
like
I be able?
the full breadth and width of like Oslinga, or it just recorded somewhere.
Yeah, that's about it. Yep.
Cool. Well,
I mean, I don't know about you, but the Shadow Realm doesn't exactly make me want to like fuck a bunch, so it makes sense. Yeah.
I feel like we just came from a city where that place would make them want to fuck a lot.
You guys can hear what sounds like
your mic
beatings
isn't
of
picking
wings. Beatings of wings. Multiple large wings.
up. Being that I am
Bhranti, can I thaumaturgy scream and just tell everyone to take cover where they can?
Take cover! Alright. Diov, you were say something?
I was just saying, being that I am currently of the draconic persuasion myself, can I determine if these are dragon wings coming up?
1000%. You detect about 10 dragons.
Dragons,
Dragon tail, dragon tail.
The first one that comes up, you can see flies with a golden shimmer. And then the next one with red iron scales. And then the 8 that follow, you can see a mixture of a silver dragon, a black dragon, a regal bronze dragon, a blue dragon, a brass dragon, a crystal dragon, a iron or metal dragon, metallic dragon, all of them flying with grace and curiosity as they look upon all of you while they're flying. And they seem to circle around your party and the whole of the Asligas refugees, and the gold one begins to speak. What are you doing upon our dome?
Oh, hello, kind sir. My deepest apologies. We have seemingly lost some friends of ours. Perhaps you could point us in the correct direction so we can leave your dome in peace.
This is the city of Emberfall. You are welcome to come in, but through the main entrance, as per all travelers and tours. Please
City
proceed down the
guidelines,
dome.
bitch. Right. Of course. Silly yes. Okay, everyone.
Shuffle, shuffle. You guys are escorted off of the dome. You find a pathway down that's not too treacherous, and head into the city of Emberfall. As you go underneath the dome inside, you look up and you can see that the dragons have found perch on the top part of the inner dome. And you notice that they're clinging onto something. There are these iron bars. There's probably thousands of them that are interconnected on the ceiling of the inner dome. And they're holding on to these bars and this is like probably 1,000 to 2,000 feet up. That's how high this dome goes. And these dragons they seem to be conversing and watching the city from afar. They look pretty small from where you guys are, looking all the way up. And as you look around the city, you can see that there is a plethora of beautiful black buildings covered in beautiful gems and jewels. As the refugees enter, they also look around and say, we will wait to figure out where our deities are, and once we do, we will go and return to them. Let us know
Of
if you
course.
find anything.
Well, here you seem to be the most safe. So
You can see the city is dominated by all races, specifically dwarfs, elves, humans, etc., humanoids. You are just like any other traveler, any other tourist here in Emberfell. It's just more people coming in for looking for their treasure or for their potential career money, and they pay you no mind.
Seraphor made the same mistake. So, yeah, so it really sort of digs into the whole idea of Seraphor was isolated due to a particular cataclysmic events. If they're like people coming in and greater like echelon.
Yeah, that kind of seems the case.
As you look upon the dragons up above, they are taking great interest. They are all watching, seeing the crowd of refugees, keeping an eye on you all. And again, they're very high up. But you can tell that all 10 of these dragons are now watching the city from afar with keen eye.
Bhranti's just smiling. Just la 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 la. We're totally normal and semi-glowy refugees.
I suggest we either seek out a library, of course, or a law office of some sort, on breaking any rules that we didn't.
Let me get this straight real fast. This is Rhiannon talking. We're playing Dungeons and Dragons, and you want to go to a law office?
Listen here.
I just want to make sure that I heard you right.
Yeah, and we could shake with the wrong hand and be surrounded by town guards. I don't know. We don't.
I don't know. Spider's
Honestly,
pretty
fair.
mesmerized by the giant gemstones in the walls.
Right? That's what I'm thinking. I was
Oh.
like, so
Like how small do these gemstones get?
As small as like little diamonds that could go on a ring to as big as, well, you see it on the picture. They could be windows that are full, that are just a complete and utter gem or jewel that's see through and polished and well taken care of.
That's structurally impossible. Coming from Sam. I know there's magic, but still.
magic. Okay, so
Go
do
on
you
with the
also want to
table.
go to the law office? Jesus.
Actually, as I say that, Jesse, now maybe this is bending a little too much, right? My new level 28 wizard ability basically makes it so that if I see a spell being cast, I can record it in my memory and like I understand how it works, so I can cast that spell myself. can I like bend that that new knowledge that's sort of like warping around in my mind to, as we're walking through the cities, like my eyes darting back and forth, watching how people interact with each other, and just sort of like quick learning customs kind of.
Absolutely. Make an Arcana check. With that 31, like we believe that you would have failed this, you could you can see that there are multiple workers that are like constructing a new home or a new building, and they seem to be it must be a modified version of meld stone or mend stone, and they're crafters. They are crafting the stone, and it's anywhere from first level to second level, all the way up to like a 7th level spell to utilize this kind of magic. They're also utilizing like an anti-gravity in order to lift stones high up into the sky to put them into place wherever the building needs. And yeah, you're able to identify that these are workers, these are craftsmen, these are people that are proud of their craft, and that's the general gist. You also notice as you continue walking that there is an inn or a tavern that goes by the name of the Ruby Flare Inn.
And is there any kind of like particular like salutation that they give each other, or is it all just like, hey Bob, how's it going?
Hey, how you, Bob? How's it going? That's the main one.
Cool.
Huh.
Not offend anyone.
Seems
I
very.
Just win.
You know,
Very-
Can I
Diov,
insight check
no, I
Diov? 'Cause that
appreciate the
doesn't
level
seem
of
Yeah.
generosity.
Is Diov okay?
Yes, you're welcome to Inside Diov.
Maybe the transportation melded his brain.
You just are not having a good day.
I am not. I have taken that inspiration.
Oh, geez.
Does my natural one on recap roll
You cut
give me
out.
inspiration?
Yes, it does count for inspiration.
Nice.
Good job.
Cool. Sorry, what was the name of the tavern while we were fucking around?
The Ruby Flare Inn.
Fancy
Like a
drink?
car flare?
Yes, let's go.
Okay. Spider's gonna like slowly, not in a thievery kind of way, but just kind of run her like one arm against a wall just to be like, God, they're living in so many fucking riches and they have no idea.
Well, they do.
Well,
Yeah.
they do, but they don't.
Could be to placate
you know-
dragons.
Do you know how many updates and improvements to the infrastructure we could do at the Colosseum if we had these kinds of gemstones?
And when you have such a supply, I doubt that they have that kind of. Yeah.
I know. You don't think they'd miss any of them, do you?
Yes, I do. Please don't steal things. We just got here. You can steal it when we leave.
All right. You
Fine.
guys enter the Ruby Flare Inn, and the first thing that you see are a multitude of different gem merchants and jewelers who have come to the trade or to admire the city's renowned gemstones. There are miners covered in soot and sweat, as well as adventurers seeking treasure and other things like that. This looks to be a touristy trap, as well as a legitimate place of business. Looks like people who are new to town are the ones that are hanging out here, not like the old timers.
Locals.
Yeah, not the locals. This is very much a touristy attraction. It is a very nice inn, however. With that being said, you can see a jovial dwarf by the name of Garnet Stonehammer, and they are a. You can see that while they're at the counter serving up beers, they also have a really thick glass. They're looking through glasses. And at specific gems, and patrons are with them, and Garnet just goes, "Well, I'll be. This one's a fine, nice one. What do you want for it?" I think. How many meals will that suffice? Well, this will pay for just about maybe 5 days, maybe 6, if I'm feeling nice. Yeah, let's do that. We'll definitely stay here for at least another 5 or 6 days. All right then. Well, that's a deal. Well, you keep your key, and I'll see you hopefully tomorrow with something better. He gives a little wink, and the dwarf sees you enter, and Garnet just goes, "Well, welcome. What can I help you out with? Some fine folks that are coming into my inn."
Well, actually, we're quite new to the area and the surrounding area, as it would seem. Well, um, first of all, this may sound a bit strange, but what year is it?
Well, it's the year, and then he says the year, and it's about the same time that you left to like it would have been roughly the same amount of time that you left to the Shadow Plane, did a few months, and then came back after a few months.
We were just persona non grata for just.
Yeah.
All right. Sorry. What is the currency here? We're again new to this area. Do not dabble in platinum and gold.
Well, we deal with platinum and gold, but it's not going to get you far, of course. What we really like is from the mines. We have sapphire coins and diamond coins.
How about fairly nice pictures, photos? Not photos, portraits.
Well, you could definitely probably find a buyer here, but I'm all fresh with artwork, so I'm good to go. But if you convert that to some sapphire coins or diamond coins, yeah, we could do business.
Uh, it telepathically, I would like to say to Diov, what about that fancy metal that the overgrown bees harvested for us?
The Stellarium?
I have a stellarium, but I do have a handful of sapphire coins. I've what is that? Just one room. You have a large room that we could all stay in. Companion.
Well, of course, yeah. We have one of those. How are you willing to pay?
Sapphire, if that's acceptable.
Absolutely, 10 sapphire coins.
Easily enough, I will give him 10 sapphire.
All right.
Jesus.
How much sapphire coins do you have left?
I have
Don't tell him.
112 left, and I'm still looking for out with. Oh, I really wish they'd had a search for this.
Yeah.
How long is that gonna last us? How long is our stay gonna be?
Well, 10 sapphire coins will keep you about a week.
For 10 days.
Monies, there it is. All right. All right, wizard calculating. Talk amongst yourselves. Roll.
Will do.
A week is 10 days, right?
Yeah, what's the calendar here, Jess?
Yeah, Jesse.
What day of the week is it?
I gotta go blow my nose. Be right back.
Also, I don't even think I have any sapphire coins in my purse. I have no
Muad'Dib
valuable money here.
Muad'Dib is perpetually broke. He literally has 0 gold. Not even any other coins. He is broke.
Well, you have soul coins.
Yeah, but people don't
That might
like
be
it.
worth something.
People don't really like those when you spend, their grandma on like a fancy pair of boots.
They're like, "Are you for real?"
Is
That
Jesse
is
still...
my grandma. I believe
I'm
so.
blowing my nose. You can talk. I'm listening.
I'm gonna reach under my cloak, and I'm going to.
Oh
cast...
my god.
I'm gonna
Lie
cast.
on hands.
I grab an empty pouch under my cloak, and I'm going to cast Wish. And pull out a sack that's jingling with coins, and I'll pass out 50 sapphire coins to him.
Ooh, that was a good use. Never thought you'd use Wish for something like that. That was great.
Oh, thank you, thank you.
Hey, we got to break the economy somehow.
Oh, that's right. I get wish once a day for free.
Gotta love being deities.
That was my level up. So yeah, I'll use my free one to do the same for my friends. So we have 100 sapphire apiece.
Wow. This is
I'm
what it
gonna
Since
means
we
to
reciprocate.
don't
be
get
rich.
since we don't get rewarded in this campaign.
The reward is the friendships we've made along the way.
No shit.
I was gonna say the
Yeah.
reward is the souls I get to take.
Yeah.
I get paid.
Well,
You guys don't.
no, I get paid in followers.
Now, you paid for your room. Is there any other service I can help around here?
I was just clarifying how long a week is.
Oh,
Yeah.
10 days.
Yeah.
Yes, actually, the political structure of this Emberfell, is it? I'm sorry,
Emberfall, yeah.
Emberfall. The political structure, is it the dragons on top? Is this one above them? Is there someone we could speak to about, say, about 700 refugees?
Yeah, Aranathar is the gold dragon, and they seem to be in charge. But then you got all the other dragons: Crimson Wing, Silveria, Ombrix, Topazius, Indigarth,
Are they
Emberon.
like a parliament of sorts?
Yeah, I guess. But Aranathar is the one that really makes the calls, I would think.
Okay.
Parliamentary constitutional monarchy.
I totally.
That's the.
Sorry, go ahead.
I know, just constitutional monarchy.
I forgot that I have an ability that allows me, upon arrival at a settlement, I can learn culture, etiquette, government, or populace. It's cool. So, all right. Given that, can I make a history check on the dragons? If I know anything, even though it's not our history, I did spend some time in the Terrafor library.
Go for it.
I'm gonna cast Foresight on Diov.
I already had
Give them
advantage, but thank you. That was a really low roll.
a-
I do get an expertise die for this, though. Yes. I don't
Is it
really know what
D8?
that is now. It's because it's the whole secondary book that we were using. I'll just say it's 32.
All right. So you guys, Diov, you're able to know that this sort of a city has been dominated by the dragons for many, many years, hundreds of years, if anything. The dragons maintain peace, maintain order, and in exchange, every every business pays taxes to the dragons, and they collect it as a horde. They are seen as relatively neutral. Again, they keep the peace. They make sure that any encroaching army that wants to take over the area is very much crushed. But they also make sure that anyone who is causing trouble in the city gets dealt with swiftly and appropriately, and are either banished or very much killed. Most people describe them as fierce. However, a lot of the people believe that they are really good at just.
Did you get cut out for anybody else? I just heard.
Nope.
You're cutting out a little bit, Jer.
Yeah.
Right.
Do you have a bunch of stuff open on your computer again?
Double check.
Discord's been funky. My
Honestly, I
really
can't.
funky.
Yeah, Discord has been funky. I had to start using Discord in my browser and not the app in my games. Because it just anytime it was minimized, it wouldn't work when I was in the game. It's very annoying.
Yeah, mine keeps kicking me out and bringing me back in.
Yeah,
Mine
so
did
I'm like,
that
Discord,
last week.
what are you guys doing? Figure it out.
We must use our clout as streamers to get this fixed.
Yes.
Our
Correct.
very tiny handful of clout.
A clout nonetheless.
We stream to ones of people every week.
That might be me.
Cool. No information on like who would be more empathetic to the plight of a bunch of evil refugees.
You
They're
have
not
to
evil.
I mean,
you have to make your plea to
Right.
the dragons. They
Would the-
seem to be the authority.
Good sir, would you perhaps know how my party and I would be able to with said leaders?
Yeah, we actually have the tallest building here in Amberfall has a staircase. You can just walk right up, and when you sit up on the top, you are summoning them. And whether or not they find you worthy, they will either descend and talk to you, or they won't. So hopefully you get their attention, and if you don't, well, don't take it personally. Maybe they just are really busy with counting their gold, or have dragon politics that they're talking about. Who knows?
Right. Okay, perfect. Thank you so much for your help.
Anytime.
A key for our room, please.
Yep, here it is, and you see it is a gorgeously encrusted key with tons of different jewels on it. It's in another world it might seem gaudy, but damn is it pretty.
I'm gonna lean over to Bhranti and just be like, "Why is everything so fancy here?"
Dragons like shiny things.
I know, but everything is fancy here.
Well, when things like this, I guess, are, well, normal.
You don't think they'd miss a few gems?
We're not stealing until we leave, okay?
I'm not saying right now.
It is exquisite, and I've stayed in a few inns run by elves in the forest, and you have hundreds of years to master the craft of woodwork. Everything is crafted particularly well out of wood. Definitely.
Well, is everybody prepared for a long walk?
Shall we drop our stuff off in our room real quick?
Sure.
As soon as the door opens, the key goes in and it opens into the mansion. The multiverse of mansion. I think that as soon as they walk in, two things happen simultaneously. One, a door flies open, and a much older like Diov runs in, and is like, "Holy shit, we haven't seen you in forever!" And there's just like a deluge of magical energy out of Diov's form that just takes the form of like 5 or 6 different books, like tomes, and they appear in front of him, hands them off to him, and says, later.
Hey, what the fuck, boss?
I was gonna say, character explain.
We've just been disconnected from my network for 4 months. I figured I'd update them on everything we saw.
I mean, fair. But
One of your servants comes around and says, we had a contact with someone who said that they have a connection with you, and so we intercepted them, and they seemed familiar with your mansion, and we've kept them safe as well as under our watchful eye. And
Is it TT?
they are just over there through the room, and you can see inside the living room. Imagine they are wearing the plushiest robes, the softest slippers. You can see that their hands are very much manicured, and you assume that their feet are also manicured. Their hair is beautiful, sleek. They have shoulder getting rubbed by an unseen servant, and you see Seraphor just sitting there with a book in one hand and a glass of wine in the other, as he sees, turns and looks, goes, and he stands up. Oh, you're back! It's so good to see you. And next to him, you also see TT, and TT is also excited. Oh, it is so wonderful for you to have returned. Seraphor has been hard at work, reading as many books as he could in the time that he has been here. He's read
TG, how
one.
much did he pay you to? How
Read
much
for
did he
him.
pay you to say that?
How much of his homework did you do for him?
Oh, I am programmed not to do the homework. I am not some AI chatbots. He has read about 3/4 of a book.
Oh,
I snap my fingers. Everything good about this place turns bad for Seraphor alone. So it's like his fluffy coat turns into like nettles. Like
itchy wool.
yeah, it's like it's nettles. It's like, and so it's like stinging and like numbing it at the same time. The wine goes rancid, and I say,
Oh no.
"Young man, get back to work."
Yes, sir. Of course. What do you want me to work on?
Have you finished the
Your
14 books I
studies?
assigned you last week?
Ethics and a couple other things of histories. Yes, of course. I'll get right on it. TT, do you want to help me? And TT just like blankly and flatly, no.
No.
Take
Good job,
TT off
TT.
to the oil bath.
I see that you have another companion with you. I would like to introduce myself. I am TT. I am Cece. It is nice to meet your acquaintance,
Are
Cece.
there cartoon hearts floating?
I do have a port. Oh, I have a plug. Ooh.
Oh,
I'm leaving.
I'm staying. Are you curious?
No. I've had 3 children. I know how this works. I don't need to see it be done by mechanics.
You're mechanical. They don't
You
do
he-
it like. Oh, I do.
At
it
this
like-
moment, you hear a drill begin to start.
Oh,
Oh.
fuck me.
Oh my goodness.
Maybe we should wait.
Oh.
Yes, let's not take things too fast. Oil bath? Yes, oil bath. And they
My.
go off.
Well, that happened. I just needed a moment to download. If we could cocktail before we head out, or
Yes,
put
please.
down your things in a
Yes. Lovely.
Cocktail.
an old adventuring trick. I'm gonna just hand everybody a pouch full of copper coins. Say, make that the visible one, yeah.
Ah, classic.
Right.
Old times. All right. Well, brandy. I'm just gonna swig a brandy real quick, and all right, let's go parlay with a bunch of dragons.
What about the rest of us? Where's our cocktail?
I'm not your servant. Eat it yourself.
At this point, Seraphor does come back. Oh, sir. So I sought you out for a couple of reasons. Do you know where Astrodon is?
We're working on
Um,
that kid.
When
Yes.
we returned, the whole city returned, and it was wonderful. It was great. But Gita and Astrodon, they were nowhere to be found. And
We know, but we're working on it, okay? So just
Okay.
keep studying and focus.
Wait,
there,
who was the
okay.
one we sent back with the city?
Ida.
Gita.
Okay. Ida wasn't. Yeah.
And Serendipity or whatever her name is.
Sapientia.
I know, I was trying to press random buttons.
You can't. I'm impervious to your nonsense.
It's I'm assuming everyone here has seen the movie Clue.
I have not.
Nope.
There's this part.
Puppy.
Come on.
Strike 2.
You too, Sam. Go. That's your homework for this week. Go.
That is
Or-
such a good movie.
Or
I might
Brandy.
if I get a cocktail.
Yeah. So there's just a part where Colonel Mustard like pours himself a scotch, and he's just like, "Anybody else want one?" They're like, "Yeah," and he just dumps it around the open glasses. That's what I do with the brandy. I'm not even like pouring fancy, just and just hand him out.
Everyone take a drink.
All right. You guys head back into the city as Seraphor goes back to his studying, and CC and TT head to the oil baths, and you head back to the hustle and bustle of the cities. And the first thing that you can see is that this place is bustling, and there are many people here of different cultures, different backgrounds, and they seem to all be doing roughly the same thing. You see traders, you see jewelers, you see crafters, you see miners, you see all sorts of different craftsmen. But one of them sticks out in particular because of just how loud and boisterous they are as they're talking, and they go, "And yeah, that's the old gondola up there. I helped build that. And make sure. Oh, another thing. Make sure that when you use these kinds of weapons and you build them, that you always remember which gems do fire damage, cold damage, shocking damage, etc. Because you never know when you might need to know this sort of information. And what it could also do with the armor. Now let's move along here. We're going to head over to the mines, and I'll show you what else there is to know about this place. As you can see, the furbolg that is Bhranti, you know this individual, and Diov, known as Smith.
We also know that Jesse does a half decent Patrick Warburton.
Smith. Hello.
Bhranti! It's so good to see you. It's been so long.
Who the
Right.
fuck are you?
What are you doing here?
Well, I'm taking this class on a tour to learn more about the smithings of the smith arts, and so that they can learn more about Gond and his beautiful craftsmen. Class, please take lunch. Remember to stay away from Grimelda's Grizzly Gumbo. You do not want to go there if you plan on walking all around the city. Otherwise, you'll leave a trail behind you, if you know what I mean. All right, Bhranti, it's so good to see you again.
What? How did you get here?
What do you mean?
You're he is on a different planet, but also, I mean, fairly high up in the ranks of Gond, yes. Similar magics to you a few months ago, at least.
Who is this guy?
I am
Oh, this
Smith.
is-
Hi, Smith.
Your husband actually knows him.
Oh,
This is
Okay.
Dragomir's wife.
Oh, Dragomir, you have yourself a handful there.
literally and figuratively. Yeah.
Just a
okay.
handful?
Oh, Smith, are you accept contracts, as it were?
Well, kind of in the middle of teaching these students, but I could probably use an excuse to get behind the old fire again. What
I
do you
have
have in
so
mind?
many projects for you.
There's a whoosh of magic behind Spider, and her great sword lifts up off of her shoulders and pops it into
give it
Smith's
that.
hand.
Give that back.
This just won't do anymore.
He opens his eyes wide, and he looks at Spider again and goes, "What do you have on your armor?" As he comes up to Spider,
my
and-
amazing mom bod.
and he like with a finger he goes, "May I?"
Okay.
He's harmless.
He gives a knock on your armor to like ding ding, but it's a ding, and it's just an everlasting tone. And he goes, "Why? This is Stellarium, isn't it?"
Maybe.
Quite
Yes.
impressive. Quite impressive. Not something you
Thanks.
see every day. Apparently comes from outer space, an asteroid, I believe, or I guess meteorite, right?
I think so.
Yeah.
Very impressive. Now,
Spider's like, please do not.
what
Please
are
don't.
you planning for this sword? Stellarium doesn't really make good weapons. It makes good armor. But what do you want from the sword?
Well, that sword's not full Stellarium.
Hmm.
It's Vorpal.
I can see that. I can see that. There's quite a lot done to the sword, and it still doesn't work for you.
Just beef it up.
It's
Throw some
good-
magic in there if you want.
It's good for an adventurer, but we are reaching legendary statuses. Um, it requires a legendary craftsman to match her armor.
I see. Yes. The only thing that I can think of I don't have the material for, and you'd have to go out and find it. It's called Void Steel.
What
Okay.
would this void steel do to it?
Well, good question. Not many people really know. Uh, I've always wanted to try and work with it. I've heard amazing things about it. Could slice through anything, honestly. Truly, anything. And I've never actually seen the material up close, but if you say that this is legendary status, well, then I think it deserves legendary material. And if there's any smith that could smith this stuff, it's me.
Well,
Don't suppose you know where we could find some.
Well, it's found in the center of a collapsing star.
oh,
That's
perfect.
just handy.
Well, we could possibly visit my goddess, see what she's up to and all.
Okay.
Well, if you ever find the Void Steel ore, definitely let me know, and I will see what I can do.
Okay.
Anyway, I'm gonna go get lunch. Remember, stay away from Grimalda's gumbo. It's not good.
I imagine
Good to know.
this place on the map is Griselda's Gumbo, and that is not a gem. That's just somebody's head.
Yeah, it's Grimalda's Grizzly Gumbo, and yeah. And at this point, Smith says, "Just keep in touch. We'll see each other again." And he gives a wave and heads off.
Hopefully, we'll see you when your player is back and down.
Okay. Who I still How do you know him?
Well,
How does Drago know him?
Drago hangs out with,
Wait a
you know,
minute. I
hangs
think
out.
I know him.
I was gonna say, I do think you have probably at least met him.
Cause was he okay, this is not me, this is not Spider. Cause was he the first campaign I was in?
With Seraphang.
Yes. Okay. Okay. So yeah, I would have because we went back to
Katarina definitely fit to the party at some.
yeah. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, it's just okay. I'm sorry. It took me a minute to remember which of my characters actually knows him versus not. Sorry about that.
It's fair.
All right.
Oh, wait, I do know that guy, don't I?
Ah, shit, Smith.
God damn it!
He already left.
Mother
the bomb
Barkashire balls.
Well, we have a material list, as it were. Anyone fancy some new dreads? Before we go and parlay with the. I'm looking a bit drab, actually.
Treads.
Like,
Clothing, my dear, do try and keep up.
Right. Sure. I could use a new smock.
do I look like I need new stuff? And Spider just kind of gestures to all of herself, like, do I need? new
It's
stuff?
like
I don't know.
bloody and like war torn. So yes, probably.
Oh, okay. Seems fine to me.
Drop some sapphire coins on some new dreads. Just a full on montage. clothing
Just
shopping montage from the night.
Almost
Yes.
everything that you can find is just gorgeous gem encrusted dresses, gem encrusted robes, anything from non-magical to magical. The stuff that is magical will give you resistance to a number of different what do you call it, damage types, but is a maximum of 4 different damage types, and it requires attunement.
Well then.
I'm not risking an attunement slot for anything. I'm just getting some fancy dress.
All right,
I was
it'll
gonna
cost
say I
you-
don't think I need anything fancy, like magic fancy.
Yeah, it'll cost you around 5 sapphire coins then.
And we pimp walk
Yeah.
up to the summit.
Pimp walk up to the summit. All right. You guys walk up the large building in the center of the Emberfall city, and as you do, you can see a multitude of different individuals walking down at this point. They appear to be. Let me see.
Are any of them crying? Do they look upset?
No, you see mostly it's a group of individuals, older males leading the way, and there's a slew of different individuals behind them, dwarf, elf, young, old, all sorts of different types of people, and they are walking down in their red robes, and as they walk, they look to you all and just say. Welcome. I assume you're headed up there to speak with the dragons. They did not hear our call, unfortunately, so better luck to you then.
What boon were you wishing to get out of them?
We are looking for more clearance here in the city to buy buildings, and of course we were planning on paying more taxes, but they seem to not want to discuss with us. So we must lead our chapter in the city in a smaller, more rundown building. But no matter, that's just life, isn't it? We'll try again maybe next week.
Do they have like insignias on them of like a deity?
As you give me a perception check.
I have a feeling this is a non-DF.
What the heck?
38. You are quite certain there is not one symbol of a deity on them.
So there's just a cult? I mean, religion is a cult, but that's besides the point.
They continue on walking down the steps. You move off to the side and then continue heading up the stairs.
Interesting people.
Not ourselves, not our monkeys.
I suppose so. Okay. Looking the best around and walking ourselves up there.
Dear God, this is a lot of steps. Holy crap!
Oh, come on. You're fine. Pick up the pace.
I'm just kidding. I've been flying for the last 400 feet.
Monteb, go to the secondary voice channel, please.
Uh-oh.
Oh boy.
What did you do, Mondib?
I didn't do anything.
Something about that cult.
Mm-hmm. Mm. Yeah, the way he said that too led me to believe that they do have insignias on their person,
Just non-DF.
but just not deific ones. It's like, okay, well, if I have a 38 perception, can I not see it?
Those are his circus. Rad's like, wait, my monkeys.
Mm-mm-mm.
Dun, 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 dun. This was not just some little quick side convo. This is a bunch of lore. Diav's been doing some like mental calculations. I feel like especially him and Bhranti can sort of feel the hum of the city as they walk through it, as every gem is magical alchemical use. Like, looking at the size of some of these diamonds, like what could be brought back to life.
All right. You guys, I also want you guys to know, I swear to God, I saw something like moving out of the corner of my eye and nothing was there. I think the Sudafed and Zyrtec and other drugs that I'm on are definitely getting to me right now.
Lovely.
Oh, is a
Ooh.
happy and coming to you?
Like I don't know, it's just like a freak out moment. I was like, what is that? No, it's nothing. All right. Anyway, so you guys walk to the top of the stairs and you get to the open ceiling and you step out and you can see you are very high amongst the city around you, maybe even higher than me right now. And you look up to the domed, the inner part of the dome, and you see all the dragons watching, peering this way and that way, observing the city, making sure that everything is aligned, except for one dragon. The gold dragon is peering directly at you all. What do you do?
Avert my
Uh,
gaze.
a curt bow. Great Arenthar, if you, we would be forever thankful.
We seek an audience.
After a moment, you see the dragon release from the underside of the dome, swoop down the several thousand feet, and then, just before touching the ceiling of this building, you feel a shift and you watch as this individual turns from ancient dragon to humanoid with golden skin. As they look upon you with their golden black robes, and they say, "And what can we do for you? My name is Ornithar. Arnithar, yeah, Arnithar. What can I help you with? Why do you request an audience?"
Well, as you know, we came with quite a large group. Those who are refugees of, well, the Shadow Plane at the moment. Their gods have been misplaced, and we humbly request that you could perhaps take them in for just a short time for us to retrieve their gods and right the universe and all.
All are welcome here at Emberfall, so long as they continue to work. And they can provide for themselves and pay their taxes.
Do you have jobs for this many people?
There are an endless supply in the mines down below. And if any of them are crafters, well, they will find a good living working here.
Okay. I'm not sure your relations or knowledge of gods. Has anything weird happened around here lately, besides us and the 700 people that we brought here?
Weird in what sense?
Unusual, be it incredibly unusual people or unusual sounds, anything that is not something that normally happens.
Anything out of
Sorry,
the ordinary.
Go ahead and make a persuasion check. The DC is 32.
I'll assist.
I'm gonna guide myself too, because Jesus Christ.
The spider dancing in the
No, a reassuring hand on the shoulder, like you've got this.
You
I
need a
believe.
4. Need the 4.
Damn it. Oh, I do have an inspiration from last session.
Do you want to use
Alright.
it?
Yeah, I'm gonna try. Yes!
Hey! You seem well in tuned. The area around here, the pantheon, the gods, I am very familiar with them. And it's been quiet.
It has,
It
hasn't it?
hasn't been this quiet in a very long time. Something is happening. Can I put my claw on?
Apologies for being so presumptuous, but does the name Parker Van Horn mean anything to you?
And she says that I will minor allude the different version of face that we.
This individual is no longer welcome in an Emberfall. And they haven't been. Oh, God.
Bless you.
Ugh.
Good insight, sir. Thank
The
you for not
dragon
sneezing
sneezes.
us.
The dragon sneezes, yeah. As I was saying, they are no longer welcome here in Emberfall. And they haven't been welcome in hundreds of years.
I believe that he is the reason for the silence of the gods. And I believe Parker Van Horn is back. Dun, dun, dun.
Commercial break.
Do you know how this dome came into being?
Unfortunately, I do not know how any of this at all became anything, to be quite honest with you.
I'd venture a guess it starts with a P, it ends with a Arca Van Horn.
He began the eruption of the lava tubes down below, far down below. And as the flow of lava came through this area, the Council of Ten bounded together and shielded ourselves and the city itself from the lava, doming everything in its path. It took us months to dig out. And when we emerged, Parker had gone. As for why he did it, I don't even know. None of us know. We thought that maybe he was after our jewels, our riches. But no. He just wanted to cause the chaos.
He is a fan of that.
He's the
Or
embodiment
something.
of it.
What I know
Or
from
he-
that day is that he was testing us. And whether we passed the test or not, he hasn't showed up since.
Sorry, your city must have been on the outside world before that happened.
It's okay. We've managed and have done very well for ourselves. His
Clearly.
eruption caused quite a few of the lava tubes to open and then solidify, causing the tubes to be able to be mined, and thus led to an even bigger boom than before.
That knowledge makes Bhranti visibly uneasy. What exactly do they mine from those things? Is it just the gems?
It is gems, it is metals. This is probably one of the richest cities in all of Tartarus.
Diov, would it be strange for me to just... I can't tell if I'm paranoid or not. Am I paranoid from Parker Van Horn, or does this feel like something he would do in order to come here and steal everything once it's all mined up?
I can tell you that once you reach one level in power and of things as much Marvel, and don't get me wrong, I mean no disrespect to you, craft, but they mean little or nothing. Wish these things. He either just did it to see if he could do it to cause the chaos, or I'm sure you and I'm sure Lord Dib and Kaelor, I'm sorry to get out of this matter, but I'm sure anyone attuned to magic can feel the hum of this city. These are gems that are used in extremely powerful rituals, and these are extremely ridiculous sizes. Imagine what destruction could be wrought, or what could be brought back to life, given the right combination of magic and material.
If I don't know if Monte would be able to remember or even know, has Parker ever gone back to a place twice, like 2 consecutive disasters, or does it seem like it's a one and done? And then he moves on to the next place.
From
Roll a
what you
history
remember,
check?
it seems like he moves on. Never really lingers.
Do you
Okay.
think he's just trying to cause maximum chaos and then leaves the consequence to the residents? That
I mean, it wouldn't be surprising, but also if you tend to linger, then people tend to figure out things about you, and knowledge is power. I don't think he would
true.
willingly give anybody power over himself, so...
There's so much we still don't know about Van Horn. Well,
Do you have any information of him that you think perhaps might be useful, or maybe that you think that we would not know?
Why are you asking so much about this individual?
As I told you, I believe Parker Van Horn, if not here on the material plane, is here somewhere, and I believe that he has a good chunk of the Pantheon trapped somewhere. And I intend to find them.
not to mention that the historical damage that he's caused to your world, just as about a year ago, maybe earlier than that, dropping an entire prison down onto a city and annihilate everything in the danger to everything. Echoed plains on either side.
Muad'Dib, you do recall, Parker has been to a place twice, and that is Seraphor. The first time
Yeah.
when Seraphor, when he caused the cataclysm and transferred like a lot of people, because the Seraphor, the person, got duped by Parker and caused
Right.
the cataclysm. And then the second time with the Grendelkind and Mordock. And that is the only time that you recall that he has appeared twice in the same location.
He does seem to have a bit of a hard-on for Seraphor.
Home is where you make it.
Or destroy it, in this case.
You know, two sides of a coin, one could argue.
So again, we thank you so much for your hospitality, and we will make sure the refugees are quick to work to keep their spaces here and hopefully we will relieve you of their parties, and not too long of a time. If you do hear anything, see anything, or even have like a inkling of anything, please, we would love to destroy Parker Van Horn as soon as possible. Well, at least this version of him.
That goes for you as well. Please enjoy the city and try not to cause any trouble.
As we're getting ready to turn around, I was going to turn and says, actually, a good portion of the refugees are hemophiliacs. Do you have infrastructure set?
As long as they pay taxes, and as long as we don't hear too much about it, they are welcome.
Not my question, but I guess the black market solves all. All right, blood on the black market. Let's go.
And you're getting the sense that as long as it doesn't disrupt the main trade, the main hubbub of the city, it's a little bit lawless. But as soon as it starts, exactly, but as soon as it starts to become mainstream, like be a problem, that's when they will step in.
Right.
But so long as
like, okay.
and tear gas.
Yep, exactly.
Art
Now,
and life.
now, as you guys go, Muad.
Yes.
Rot begins following the cultists. They go downward and out the building, around through alleyways, finally arrive at a small, rundown building and head down into the basement. Rot is invisible during this time and heads down with them. What you see is a labyrinth of sorts. A this way, that way. She follows them, and a few of them go through some doors, and finally she follows what she assumes to be is the leaders of some sort. Head even further downward. Travels for about 5 minutes through doors. You can see that there are other cultists that are already here, sitting down, watching, guarding something, or being present. And you can see that they eventually make their way to a main chamber deep underground. You see before you two individuals that seem to be important or have some status of importance. And they look to this individual and say, Thaddeus, we were unsuccessful. Thaddeus looks at them and just says, Morgan, what say you? Shall we proceed? Yes, I believe we can proceed at this point. I mean, what else can they do? If they're not willing to wheel and deal with us, then we'll just have to pave our own way. Very well. Is it your turn or my turn? I believe it is my turn, but let us call forth everyone before we begin. And you guys watch as they call a bunch of different cultists together and get ready. Hold on 1 second. I'm looking for something.
Hey, Jesse, how beefy do these guys look?
If it was just one-on-one, Rot would dominate them. Seeing as there's probably close to like 100 of these individuals in this large chamber, I don't know.
I was talking about the cult leaders.
Oh, they? Hard to tell. Does Rot have
Probably
have
not
insight?
beefy, more like magically beefy.
Rot's passive insight. It uses my passive investigation is 25. I don't know if that helps.
Passive investigation, you said?
Yeah.
What uses wisdom? What's your wisdom?
+3. So 13 for passive wisdom. Oh yeah, that's passive intelligence. Perception is 18. Insight is 13.
Yeah, she knows a spellcaster when she sees them, but in terms of like beefiness, you're not really sure. As they call in the majority of the cultists, they also draw in what looks to be a individual in chains and irons, and they walk him forward into the front of the altar, and they look upon him. Rot, you notice that this individual seems to be a follower of. Let me get my notes real fast. Of Bose, I believe.
Rose Hose.
Headphones?
Boaz, the god of dutiful swiftness. He carries the world of Tartarus around in his mighty carriage pulled by his two horses, Benthrax and Hadia. Boaz is responsible for a stable transition between the light and the darkness, keeping the world turning in balance between the gods of light and the gods of darkness, generally lawful neutral. This priest of Boaz, am I pronouncing this right?
To be
Boaz.
clear, the priest you're talking about is the one that's in chains.
Correct. Many symbols, many things on him to depict this, so you know that they are a priest of Boaz. And the cultists say to this priest, "Do you know why you are here?" But the priest just says, "It's because a bunch of crazies captured me, and you think that I'm going to what? Convert?" And you see Thaddeus just laugh with Morgan, and Thaddeus says, "No, that is actually not at all why you're here. You seem to be worshipping a deity that, for all intents and purposes, should not be worshipped. After all, deities should not exist. Are we in agreement there?" And the rest of the cult leaders go, "Aye, yes. They should not exist." And Thaddeus just goes, "Well, if they shouldn't exist, then neither should you." And you see the priest just go, "So are you what? You're going to kill me for believing in something?" "No, we are not going to kill you. Why would we do that?" And then he begins chanting. And the other cultists
Jesse,
begin chanting. Yes.
I would like to interrupt this.
All right. Before you interrupt, there is something on the ceiling that Rot notices. And
Oh,
it
dear.
seems to be eyeing her
Oh god. Oh god.
like it notices her.
Get out of there.
Gross.
And then you notice another. And then you notice another. Crawling on the ceiling on 6 legs with these bright eyes. And they're going. And they are approaching Rot. As the cultists are beginning to chant louder and louder. What is Rot doing?
Get
Well,
the
that
fuck out
definitely
of there,
changed
Rot.
my plan. How many of the little goobly guys are there?
Rot has
Slimers?
eyes on about 3 of them.
Oh. Yeah, this will work. Okay. I'm going to need those 3, Thaddeus, Morgana, and 5 other random cultists to make intelligence saves.
All right.
Ooh. Sidebar.
5
Oh my
priests.
God.
Oh. Wow. Yeah,
Oh yeah, natural 20.
I would love beyond 20 is being asshole. Okay. Yeah. Now a sec. Whoa, not 141.
Classic. Write it out. Tinkerbell's Tide Adventure.
Yeah. So everyone who didn't save, it's psychic. Good
All
old
right.
class.
you guys watch, or no, you don't watch. Muad, you watch in your mind's eye as you're just describing this to maybe your companions, I assume.
Oh no,
you
I have
see-
like a little like Rolodex like projector on his forehead.
Okay. You see two of the godless take this damage. One of them succeeds and is not. What is this? A stun?
Yeah.
One of
And
them
Thaddeus
succeeds,
saves.
and yeah, Thaddeus would save. Thaddeus, I did not roll Thaddeus. You said 5 cultists.
5 cultists, the 3 godless, and the 2 leaders.
Ah, the 2 leaders. All right, cool. In that case, I don't have his stat up, but this is a +3 on top of this for Thaddeus and Morgan. +3 on top of this. So Morgan
Whoever
passes. Thaddeus does not.
Oh, cool. I need a charisma save.
From Thaddeus.
Yeah, he's getting hurled through hell. I don't like this guy.
All right, this is +3.
Believe in this god,
That-
bitch.
Fucking natural 1.
Oof.
And the 10. And Rot's gonna leave.
All right. There are over 100 cultists here. The godless, 2 of them are very much stunned. One of the godless, which already has its eyes on Rot, is going to make 2 spell attacks for a void strike. As you see, yep. Go ahead.
Are they epic?
They are.
Oh, it doesn't matter. It's not a spell save.
Yeah, it's just a spell attack. So we're gonna chuck it at Rot. That's a 23 and a 29.
29 meets.
All right, 29 force damage to Rot as this void strike, this blackness hits Rot in the chest, and then the chanting continues, even though Thaddeus just like disappears, and you guys, or at least Rot, watches this priest of Boaz begins to scream and yell as what looks to be, it looks like they're on fire on something, but it's not really fire. It looks like soul energy or something. Not it's different than anything you've ever seen before. And at this point, they unshackle Boaz, and he immediately tries to cast a spell in retaliation. You can tell that it's like a spell of like a finger of death or divine word or something along those lines.
They took
And
away his.
nothing happens.
Oh no!
Yeah.
At this point, Rot is booking it.
Run,
Oh,
run,
God,
run.
What is Rot's speed?
So the flying speed, it is 60 feet.
Oh, good. The Voidling is going to do a 60-foot Void Shift as well as 30 feet of movement speed, which I assume keeps up with Rot for a little bit of time, and is going to slam, Void Strike, and slam again, and only
Whoa,
that
whoa, whoa.
31 hits.
Whoa. I got a second turn there, boss man.
I assume you were dashing. That's just what I assumed.
Oh, no, I'm
Yes.
going to take opportunity to piss him off. Rot can reform. Rot is
That's true. That's true.
Rot does just because
Rot
Rot
is an
can doesn't
explosive
mean
barrel.
Rot should.
She likes it.
Oh yeah, that was another
Likes
thing
the
that I
pain.
got. I got in my new level is that I can't die.
Sweet Jesus.
Yeah.
Well, I hope it says that you can't get your magic taken away. That would be unfortunate.
I don't know.
The one that did the void shift.
It's the same godless. It's the same one that didn't make it.
Oh,
That
the
made
one
it save.
that's not. Yeah, cool. He needs another intelligence saving throw.
Oh god. All right. Cool. He's not gonna make it. Natural 20.
Yeah,
Come on. No.
He's stunned.
right.
I need to fix this real bad. I did not have this issue with Roll20 before. And he is stunned for the end of my turn.
All right. He is stunned.
Oh,
He
Rot's
falls
dead.
behind. Rot is flying through this building, trying to remember where in the labyrinth they are, and they barely escape as they see a bunch of cultists running after her. Is she still? Is it greater invisibility or regular invisibility?
Regular invisibility. Once she gets out into the city, she'll go straight up and fly off and probably
Right.
lose him.
She flies off, loses them rather quickly through the alleyways, and eventually catches up with you all. Yo, that shit was crazy. She's like,
That's why I think we should really. Scale. Oh, hello, Rock.
Yo.
Yeah. That's so funny to me.
I'm not bored anybody yet. Real like quietness. I just
A little bit.
Yeah, they're kind of not nice people.
All right, Rot joins up with you guys,
understand.
and
I don't
what do you
understand
all
why
do?
people dislike gods and deities and such. They've only ever helped me. Maybe if you don't align yourself with evil ones, no offense, small dib, but if you don't align yourself with evil ones, then you get benefits, generally speaking. And if you don't, worship another. I just don't understand, I guess. I'm a nice person.
you forget that some gods, even the nice ones, petty.
Yeah, apparently some of them just like to throw insults around.
Well, promise me that maybe if I become that kind of god, you'll check me, right? I could never be so nasty to the ones who serve me. That doesn't make sense.
There's a lot in the world that doesn't make sense.
Have until you get there. Did I just disconnect, or was that someone else?
I heard add
No.
until you get there.
I disconnected. Cool. That was Discord, so I don't know if that's Discord too. You hear Rot, and she just goes, "Hey, babe, you never know until you get there, but I know that you'll try to do the right thing."
Oh, bro, you truly are a woman beyond your years. Would you like to be a follower?
Did you just call me old?
No, you're
It's the cigarettes,
much-
darling. You really should stop smoking.
You guys stop propositioning my familiar.
no.
So, what's the plan?
Is she asking the group or Mod Dib?
Yeah, all of you. Yeah, I mean, focused on Muad, but
I don't know if
we
this
could hear it too.
information was projected.
Yeah, he said it was.
Yeah, I have like a little kind of like phonograph spinner thing, but instead of music, it's a projection. Yeah.
I need.
Jesse, can I have Rot token?
A Rot token?
No, I think there was a specific one. I just
Yeah,
cannot find it.
I'll find
Fell
it.
away from me.
Give me a second.
We have too much shit. In that
We do.
sidebar.
Oh my god, I'm so
And-
glad I got my corn sticks.
Yo, I'm here.
In a universe in which we have thousands, there is, it's that scene from Hook where Tinkerbell becomes big so that she can kiss Peter, but it's Mod Dib and roided out Tinkerbell, and she.
She's actually a little taller than Maud.
Oh no, she's a lot taller than Maud in my
Kissing
dream.
you and me. Give me a smooth.
There's no running.
From the fucking Venture Bros, the Lady Monarch. The same goddamn voice.
That voice always just makes me think of Scrooged. When I think it's like the ghost of the past or whatever, and he goes, "Waterfalls, waterfalls,
Niagara Falls, Frankie Angel.
Niagara." That's such a
Um,
good movie
Yes, I
that I'm sure Jesse hasn't seen. It's okay.
we don't. We're a bit rudderless at the moment. They don't seem out harker than we do at the current time. I feel like we should reach out to active networks. I guess that would be probably and figure out if there's been on scale.
I guess.
I mean, yes,
No
everybody wants
objection.
to go punch the shit out of a bunch of cultists, disconnecting people. Oh,
I mean, it'd
I
be
feel like it's
fun.
gonna become a bigger problem later.
I do feel something about that. That is pretty. Okay, thank you so much, Modded, but you don't have to yell. Oh, no.
the worry I have is with Bhranti on the verge of becoming something new. You're right, and fight for their cause to try and snuff out. Do we empower such a by rushing in semi-deity, wiping them all out?
I mean, I'm not going to say no, but what's the highest priority at the moment?
Kaelor, thoughts? He's very silent today. I still think intelligence gathering. And if any of you have a string you want to pull, that will be amazing. Otherwise, I will contact my network of if there's little bramble in the 4 months that we've been back.
I would say that some more perhaps understanding of what the cult is and what their purpose is. It also reminds me that Sapientia did say that there were gods, or there were beings trying to destroy gods, and I wonder if these cultists are part of that. So perhaps a library, as much as I hate to see Diov happy.
Lights up.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, if you really want to, it's, it's no big thing. But
For you, anything, darling.
I use my find a library spell. Epic tier 1.
Yeah, you definitely.
You guys begin heading out and head to the library that is here in Emberfall and make good use of your time. And what in particular are you looking for, Diov?
Well, I think Bhranti was looking for any information about the nullifiers. I was more gonna, once everybody else goes to the library and we do that, go back to my mansion and discuss with the Diovs. Who's been back in the real world for 5 months. If there's been any other weird stuff that's been.
Bhranti, go to the voice channel, please.
Oh boy.
Yeah, I was gonna say Muad'Dib's gonna be sticking with Bhranti for a little while.
Big metal bodyguard.
Yeah, those guys give me the heebie-jeebies.
I think they gave us all the heebie-jeebies.
You think
Although,
that magic is powerful enough to nullify your contract?
Right, we could try. I got a few tricks I could teach him. I go for the power. Just go for the soul, baby.
Also toss around a couple sapphire coins. Suss out any information street level.
I figured it out. Jesse's doing a dead-on impression of Dr. Mrs. the Monarch from the Venture Brothers.
I never watched the film. But yeah, since we're still waiting, yeah, I'm definitely.
Okay.
It's got Tim Curry, who's just phenomenal in it. Madeline Kahn. My brain is saying Carol Burnett, but that's not right. I think I was talking off with. No, it's a phenomenal cast. It's funny. It's like slightly British, but it's full American. Fantastic.
So I have, between my research and communing with Sapientia, I have learned that this cult group has not only been a problem here, but all over this world. And apparently they are growing, and the magics that they are used seem to not be of this world.
I assume we haven't seen these kind of magics back on our world either, Jeff.
Correct. It's not. It's worse than anti-magic, because you. Yeah.
What's the opposite of arcane deific magic? What's the other one?
Vile.
Vile. So it's some kind of vile trickery.
There is a tier. What is it? A tier 3 spell that I can cast that locks away deific powers for a set amount of time, but it does not generally strip them, I believe, forever. So this must be something anew.
And in your research, how long have they been predating the last big Agavenhorn deity rip-off of the century? Or have they been a sort of since?
You will get
Jesse?
the answer from Sapientia. It's only been in the past maybe 2 years, 3 years.
It's only been the last couple of years. Which is even more terrifying that they're growing at such a rapid rate.
So did Grimaldi Grendelkin. But that magics, as far as we know, had just begun on the Grendelkin like weeks or months before we arrived, right, Jeff?
Yeah, it took about a month and a half. From birth to Grendelkin.
They know that Haka's been around, and Haka's been poking his weird, elongated fingers into places they don't belong. At least that long ago. Years? I mean, years.
I feel like a lot more than what we would expect.
Well, I would like to do more research on said magics. I believe that is kind of your bread and butter.
Yes, well, we adjourn for the night. I'll have to play back the projection and see what I can make of the room.
Beautiful.
Diov, with that new ability of you being able to check a spell and know immediately how to replicate it and do it again, I was not as prepared for this as I was expecting, but I am prepared enough that it will take me less than a minute to figure it out.
If it's a spell I can learn as an archmage.
It is similar to the arcane absorption. Arcane absorption. Invented by
Which is a tiered spell.
Yeah, it's tier 1.
If it's in the Archmage tree or the...
Yes, it is.
Okay, then I can attempt an Arcana. Is this like a tiered epic spell, like 1, 2, or 3?
1.
Okay, so DC set for 31.
Okay.
Look at that, the book did all the work for you.
But it is modified. The spell that they were using is like that spell, but it is modified. So go ahead and give me the Arcana check.
Okay. Alright, so I just need to roll a 5 or higher. I have inspiration.
And foresight.
Ugh, I will use... Oh, it's foresight just gives me advantage, right?
Yeah.
I will use my...
Don't mess it up. Hey, it's exactly what you did.
Jesus. I knew it was so hard to roll a 5.
All right, so you would know that this is a arcane absorption, where it's in essence the spell negates and absorbs non-epic and epic magic, and repurposes it for the caster's personal use. Normally, something like this would only last a minute of duration. However, when used as a ritual with many followers and many ritual casters, it in essence can take away someone's magic for a undefined amount of time, and that magic is stored elsewhere, whether it's one of the cultists or Thaddeus or Morgan. You're not sure, but the magic is stored. It is not lost. It is stored somewhere.
The irony of this is that by participating in these rituals, this Morgana character is making herself a deity.
Oops. Religion. Actually, I mean, we don't know much about this. If they're going after all gods, you know, equally, whatever, but how long before they go after Sempientia?
It did not seem that they had been going after Sapientia. She didn't say anyway.
She said that she has been disconnected with some of the lower followers, like a level 2, level 5 cleric, etc. And at first, she thought that they just fell in battle or they had a really rough adventure or whatever. But now she's quite certain it may have been to this cult.
Interesting. So she has lost some followers. So obviously, I would assume that being in their space and in somewhat putting a target on my back.
What, Dib, do you speak up at all?
Sorry, I'm eating.
Yes, got him.
Rude.
It's whales. They're so good.
Oh, I
can't stop.
freaking love whales. They're so salty.
Killer or blue?
Yeah, what the fuck do you
Well,
mean
if they're
whales?
salty, then it's probably sperm.
Oh god,
Ew.
that's disgusting. That's good.
Whales.
They're like goldfish, but 10 times better. Anyway,
Yeah.
Maud, you were saying?
Quick communion with the patron to see, one, if this is happening to them, and two, will it affect me?
Do you have a direct connection, or do you need to make a religion check?
Kind of wishy-washy.
Make a
I don't
religion
think
check.
it's-
DC 20.
I will guide him. Bhranti is
Hopefully.
always happy to help her friends pray.
Don't need it.
Oh, okay. I'll still give it just to.
Yes, they are aware of this cult, and it seems to be small beans. It's annoying for certain whenever one of their followers gets taken, but this cult is kind of popping up in every city, and as long as people make the right precautions, they shouldn't get caught and shouldn't have a problem. But definitely annoying. But yes, they have been targeted before, and they have been nullified before.
Does it affect contracts, or is it just like clerics and the like?
It indeed
it is-
nullifies the contract.
Ooh.
That might not be the best thing for these guys.
You're like, do it,
Oh.
do it, fuckers. Bring me the gun. I'll fucking do it for you.
All right, Spider, what are you doing?
There's options. What now?
Chilling like a
Yeah,
villain.
kind of chilling, kind of seeing what everyone wants to do, because like right now she's gemstones in that ore are kind of on her brain right now, even though like it's one of those, okay, I know that's not high priority, but damn, would it be nice. She's thinking a little selfishly right now, but yeah, no, the cult is not her favorite thing. Very sketchy. But yeah.
Okay. Well, as you all ponder what your next move is, you will let me know, and I believe that'll be where we stop for tonight.
So many questions.
So
Too
little
many
time.
questions.
All right. Well, thank you all very much. And if you are still listening, we appreciate you listening to us.
Oh,
And
one more question,
Yep.
really quick before
Yes,
we shut up.
Yes.
Would a learned fellow like me be at any risk from this kind of magic?
It takes away deity gifted magic. You're
Oh,
talking
yeah.
about clerics, paladins, and warlocks.
I'll have to say I told you. But I'll read books.
So,
Jokes on these fuckers. I learned my own magic.
well,
Good for you.
technically, my magic is no longer gifted by a deity. So,
That begs the question:
Also,
what happens when they put you through that?
does that just mean they get bogosh? Because I feel like they're going to learn that and not want to
Ooh,
do
that
it.
would be fun. That
That would be pretty dope. All right.
All
Well,
right. And in this
thank
stream.
you all so much.